Welcome to another Ziva Math video. In this video, we're going to teach you how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. Volume is the amount of space an object takes up. You can also think about it as being the amount of space inside the three-dimensional object. Volume is measured in cubic units. To find the volume of a rectangular prism, we're going to use the formulas volume equals BH or volume equals length times width times height. V is volume. Capital B is the area of your base. So you'll have to calculate the area of the base using the formulas base times height or length times width. And because the area of the base is length times width, that's where you get the formula volume equals length times width times height. And h in our formula is height. Let's take a look at our examples. For our first example, we have a rectangular prism that's 12 inches by 4 inches by 6 inches. And we're going to find the volume using that formula volume equals the area of the base times the height. But we know that that's the same formula as volume equals length times width times height because capital B is the area of our base. So we'll need to calculate that by using length times width. So looking at our picture, we have 12 inches as our length, and I recommend that you label in the diagram your length and your width and your height. So our 4 inches is our width and 6 inches is our height. Now we can go to our formula and begin plugging these values in. So we have volume equals, our length was 12, so we'll substitute 12 for L. Our width is 4, so we'll substitute the 4 for the W. And our height is 6, so we'll substitute 6 for our height. And now we just need to do our calculations. So we'll start with 12 times 4. 12 times 4 is 48, and we'll still need to multiply that by 6. So if I come out to the side to do that calculation, 48 times 6, I have 8 times 6, which is 48. Then I have 6 times 4, which is 24, plus 4 more is 28. So I have a volume of 288. I'm working in inches, and because it's volume, we have our units cubed. So we'll have a volume of 288 inches cubed. In this example, we have a rectangular prism that is 8 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 20 centimeters. And we're going to find the volume using the formula volume equals the area of the base times the height. And to find the area of the base, we have to do length times width. So what we really have is volume equals length times width because that equals the area of our base times our height. And we're going to go to our diagram and we're going to label our length and our width and our height. So we have a length of 8 centimeters, a width of 3 centimeters, and a height of 20 centimeters because labeling these dimensions make it easier when you go to plug the values into your formula. So we're going to have volume equals, our length was 8, so we'll substitute 8 in for L, times our width. Our width was 3, so we'll substitute 3 for the W in our formula. And our height is 20, so we'll substitute 20 for H in our formula, which gives us volume equals 8 times 3 times 20. So for our calculations, we'll start with 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24, and we'll need to multiply 24 by 20. Well, 24 times 2 is 48, and we were multiplying by 20, not 2, so we'll need to put a 0 at the end. So our volume equals 480, and working in centimeters, we know that volume is cubic units, so our volume is 480 centimeters cubed. In this example, our rectangular prism is actually a cube. You can tell it's a cube because all of the side lengths are the same. They're all 8 feet. But we're going to calculate our volume using the same formula as we used for a rectangular prism. we're going to calculate volume using the formula. Volume equals area of the base times the height. And we know that area of the base is length times width. So we can use the formula volume equals length times width times height to calculate the volume of our cube. Well, if we go to label length and width and height in our diagram, they're all the same. We have a length of 8 feet, width of 8 feet, and height of 8 feet. So when I plug our values into our volume formula, we have volume equals, well, our length was 8, times our width, which was also 8, times our height of 8. And now we can work our calculations. So we'll start with volume equals 8 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64 times our height of 8. And if we go out to the side to do this calculation, the 64 times 8, we have 4 times 8, which is 32. Then we have 8 times 6, which is 48, plus 3 more is 51. So we have a volume of 512, and we're working in feet, and volume is cubic units. So we have a volume of 512 feet cubed. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to Ziva Math for more videos.